Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel, Lady T's Things That Bling, crafting and creating with lupus. Today I'm going to show you how I sublimate face masks that I purchased from Etsy. I have a mask that is trimmed in black, but the center is white, and I will also be sublimating on a all white mask. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my image, which I already did. I hope you guys can see this. Select my image. The light might be in the way. See if you guys can see that. Okay. So this is my image that I selected for the mask, and it says Lupus Warrior. And I'm going to put it on a background because the mask has black trim on it. I want to make sure the mask is fully covered when I do this. So as you can see, the rectangle is black. The Lupus Warrior is 6. I have it by 6 by 3.5. A little lower than 3.5. I'm going to go 3 and to the third dot, whatever that is. So I'm going to keep it like this because the mask, if you measure the mask is on the inside. It's almost 7 inches, so you want to make sure you have enough. You don't want to go all the way to the 7. So I can make it 6.5 and it'll still be fine. So I'll do it 6.5 right there. Okay. And then I'll bring up my rectangle. Now I have my rectangle big because I wanted to cover the whole space of the mask. Now that I have that on there like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all, and then I'm going to hit align, and I'm going to align horizontally. And while I have them all highlighted, I'm just going to go over here to flatten, and I'm going to flatten the item. Okay, so now that they're together, they're one item. Okay, I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to make this a little bit smaller because again, the mask is almost 7 inches wide and it's 4.25 wide. So you don't want to overdo it, but you don't want to underdo it either. So I'm gonna do 4.5, and that says 7, almost 7, and I'm gonna take this over to here like that, 7.5. And I want to give it overage because I wanted to fill the whole mask. So again, they're together. It's on flatten, so there's automatically a print and cut. Then I hit make it. Then I make sure before I print it, I hit mirror. You have to hit mirror if you have words. You have to. Then I'll hit continue, send it to the printer. I always take off the bleed. Still don't know what the bleed is for, but I take it off. And then I hit my printer, and then I send it to print. Okay, as you can see, I've printed it out. As you can see, it's mirrored. The words are backwards. Here's my 2 templates that we were talking about earlier. I'm going to put them in here because I took them out. You want to make sure it's straightened out and it's in all of the corners. And I take mine and I tuck it to make sure that it's in there nice and snug. Now, as you can see, it's in there nice and snug. Okay? So it's in there. And what you want to do is make sure that this image fits within the perimeters of the mask. And it does on both sides. You want to make sure both sides are black. But you're going to turn it over first. We're not doing it on that side. I'm glad I saw that. You're not doing it on that side. So that's the top of the mask. You want to make sure that's within the, let's call them margins. And you see it's going to have there. And that says Lupus Warrior. Make sure it's straight. Put it on there like that. It's within the perimeter. So that's going to all be black. That's within the perimeter. That's going to be all black. Now, because I have more space at the bottom with the black, I'm just going to pull it up a little bit. A little bit. Okay? And there we are. We have it just like where I want it. Now, this mask, I'm going to have it on for 120 seconds on the heat press machine. Okay? Did y'all see all of that? I'll put on the heat press machine for 120 seconds. Now we're at the heat press machine. And I have the mask on the heat press machine that's already preset to 400 and it's sitting at 120 seconds. Now, I'm just checking to make sure everything is where it needs to be on here. That's good, that's good. Now I'm going to get some parchment paper. Some people call it butcher paper. And I'm just going to place this on the mask, like so, trying not to move it, okay? And I'm smoothing it out a little bit because the cardboard is trying to buckle a little bit on me, and I don't want it to buckle. So, that's on there like that. I'm going to push back in, press it down for 120 seconds. When it's done, I'll be right back. Now, if you look closely, you can see the actual image through the paper. Usually, and I'll say it that way, usually when it happens like that, it means your image was successfully transferred to here. So let's pull it off and see. Bingo. Bingo. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. And here you have a fully covered mask. The cardboard is still in there. And it says Lupus Warrior. Okay, that is it. Then after you've completed that, you just take out the template. Take off the template. Well, my fingers work right. I can get it off. Take off the template, and there you go. Now I'm going to be working with the white mask. And as you can see, it is all white, and I did get this from Etsy as well. So I'm measuring it now I'm measuring the length and the width. And the measurements that I have for the inside, the interior of the mask is 6 3/4 long and 4 1/3 quarters wide. Those are the dimensions that I use on the computer for the actual image, but I do make the rectangle a little bit larger than the image. And I do that because I want the image to be centered. So I make sure it's centered on the image, on the white square, as you'll see in a few minutes. So that was the image I originally used. I'm changing the rectangle to white. I made it a little bit smaller because of the dimensions that we just did on the mask. But I'm going to change the rectangle to white using the same image. Now that I have that on there, I'm going to make sure it's centered horizontally onto the image, and then I can flatten it. Once I flatten it, it's one image and it's automatically going to be print and cut. When you send it to your printer, please make sure before you send it to the printer that you hit mirror, because anything that's print and cut, if you have words on it, you have to hit mirror. As you can see here that I've already printed it out, and you can see the words are mirrored. Okay. And if they were not mirrored, then that means that you wasted ink and you wasted paper, and you would have to do it again. I've done that many times. I don't particularly like this mask because it's just not as easy to work with as the black ones. However, it's still a good mask. And with this one, I'm going to get good coverage, making sure everything is lined up right. And because the paper is bigger than the mask, I can't really tape it on there. So we don't have to. We freestyle. Now I'm at the heat press, and my heat press is set to 400 degrees. Now this mask takes a little bit longer to bake on the press than on the black and white mask. I set the timer for this one to 3 minutes, and that worked for me, because when I did it earlier today and I tried to do it on 120, it just didn't work. Voila, we have a mask. You can't see the white border because the white the mask is white. However, that's what I do for my comfortability. If you don't have to do that and you can get it centered, that's cool. So now you see you have the black mask that I did using the cardboard templates inside where the filter would go. And then I have the white mask with no filter slot. So if you like this video, I would just want to say thank you for watching. Please like, share, and comment. I really would appreciate it. We are on the road to 400 subscribers, and with your help, we can get there quickly. All right, Lady T signing out. God bless.